Rockefellers are blacking out their past while the power-hungry president is snacking on their fat. They're running two separate campaigns. You'll either vote for one or two, playing good cop, bad cop like the masters always do.
We really need people to understand the urgency of the situation. There are workers here who have been working here for years, who are making poverty wages. They have to work extra jobs. They can't spend time with their families. And they have no opportunity for advancement. There are people who've been working here for years who are just making $8.50 an hour and have access to only have access to health care plans. A living wage in Washington, D.C. is $14.93 an hour. This is what we need to be paying our workers at Georgetown. As a Catholic and Jesuit institution, it's very important that Georgetown live up to its mission statement and take care of the poor who are working here. Our demands include guaranteeing all working members of the Georgetown community a living wage. That wage of $14.93 an hour needs to be implemented now and needs to be included in the new budget plans of an implementation process. We want an annual adjustment of the living wage because cost of living in D.C., as I'm sure some of you know, goes up a lot. Housing prices in this area have been rising rapidly. A lot of the workers have had to move out of the D.C. area, making their commuting times much longer, especially those who work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. It makes it even harder to be commuting an hour back and forth. We're demanding wage parity so that workers who are cleaning rice and workers who are cleaning White Gravener are making the same pay. We want access to appropriate resources. Faculty, union workers on this campus have access to a lot of resources that subcontracted workers don't. We're demanding that change and that everyone have equal access to resources. We want fair working conditions and grievance procedure. A Catholic employer should not be having workers who are getting treated poorly by their managers and have no recourse to a grievance procedure through the university. We want commitment to a sustainable workforce. Right now, a lot of employees are hired part-time, so the Georgetown doesn't have to pull them into unions, so the Georgetown can pay them less. That's unacceptable. One full-time employee is better in all cases than two part-time employees. We want job security. In implementing this policy, we need to make sure that the workforce that's here now remains the workforce that gets paid the living wage. We demand the right to organize. We demand that all Georgetown contractors respect card check neutrality so that workers who work in them can sign cards, agree to join a union, and Georgetown won't contest it. We demand the implementation of the living wage in a transparent way so that students, faculty, Jesuits, and staff can all see how the process is going and make sure that it's moving along. And we demand full disclosure of contracts and wages so that we can see how much employees here are getting paid and how many there are. These are our demands. We feel that they're very reasonable. We're not asking the university to completely change the way it runs things. We're just asking the university to run things fairly and justly so that everybody who's part of this community can live and work in Washington, D.C., take care of their children, have access to health care. This is not an unreasonable demand, and we're asking you to consider it and implement it as soon as possible.
Nothing but a company's dream, a couple 100 million workers, it's all that they see. Our hands on the tools, money writing the rules, from the sweatshop prisons to the cops in the schools. Got the middle class living like it's gonna last, working longer, harder hours for less and less cash. Got the media spins, Republican twins, got the war profiteer, corporate executive grins, got the heroin running through the veins of the poor, got the ghettos locked down, paying blood for the war, got the cities decay, the dealers to pay, and the death squads working for the CIA. Rockefellers are blacking out their past while the power-hungry president is snacking on their fat.
Shady. I honestly think he's just avoiding us.
Oh, excuse me. I'm really busy. There's been some kind of huge misunderstanding. Things have changed. Well, it got moved.
Look, we don't need to talk for long. We just need to know why you won't let a worker who works in ICC, Levy, and the library. Sit on the committee.
Well, P&R workers are not part of our Georgetown community.
Why?
You got a million new jobs inside 1,000 new jails.
I'm referring to the fact that half of janitorial workers on this campus are paid around $12 an hour, receive healthcare benefits, and enjoy job security, while the other half, who are entirely Latino, do the exact same work, get no medical coverage, have no job security, and are paid between $7 and $8 an hour.
I'm not sure I have much more of a response to say than that I understand your position. It's something that needs to...
So let it be known that I'm not claiming to be righteous, just claiming to seek what's right, just claiming to do what's right. Let's try our living wage.
It's going to happen when the students refuse to let the place continue operating until it lives up to its commitments.
Every step that you take with your eyes closed tighter than
What does it matter? My Georgetown is better than they! 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 My Georgetown is better than they!
You already gave up if you took their advice, if you played their game. You've paid their price and you're gone, gone, gone. Yeah, there's no coming back unless you realize your potential, raise your fist and react. If we look to each other and to ourselves and ignore the phony remedies they stock on the shelves, we can undermine the greed on which the system depends in hopes to build a new world based on lovers and friends. We gotta build from the bottom what we want at the top. We gotta work together if we want this to stop.
Y otra de que sí, yo sabía que se tenía que dar porque yo creo en la justicia, ¿no?
I aim for peace and justice and anarchy. I want peace and justice and anarchy. I want peace and justice and anarchy. I want peace and justice and anarchy.
I'm Aaron Schneer. I'm a senior in the college, and I'm not eating till there's a living wage policy here.
I'm Dante Smith. I'm a freshman in SFS.
My name's Rashida Roberts, and I've lost 4 pounds since yesterday, which is a total of 6 pounds since I started fasting, and I will not eat until we have a living wage.
The future is the product of the actions of today. Well, it's you and I together, comrade, that's the only way.
I feel okay, I just don't see very well.
What are you experiencing?
I don't know, like things just don't come in focus.
So you're having vision problems?
Yeah.
Are you worried about it?
A little bit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't know yet. Waiting to hear from the doctor.
Our resident nurse has recommended it. Yeah.
It's hard to think, huh?
I can't really concentrate at all.
Really?
For more than about a minute.
I may be a dropout, sir, and I may not dress the same as all the classy graduates who played your learning game. But I can organize and fight and shut your city down. So when I've got something to say, sir, I'm...
So Liz, what are you taking his blood pressure for?
When people stop eating, their blood pressure tends to drop. So we're doing just a monitor kind of thing. You don't want it to drop too low. Just trying to make sure that he's doing okay.